Before I begin to talk about the Fedora Chronicles, hold on. I just want to say this. Renee is a female character. A strong female character that was a treasure hunter way before the Fedora. But it's because later on they become a thing. It's not like they become lesser. Because truth be told, it's because they become more than what they both were before. And if anybody can't understand that, get your anti-woke ass out of my fucking video, okay? Like seriously, get the absolute fuck out of here. But there we are. Now Renee is something a little bit special, a little bit different. But Renee is one of the many other female characters. Dirk and Davis actually get Kim Possible later. They acquired Kim Possible in their universe. Don't ask me how they did it, because they still haven't told me how they fucking did that. But hey, different universe, different rules, I suppose. So, Renee started out as, Renee's prototype was in the match between the arc with the one story with the occult. That was the proto Renee. But when the Fedora finally went to Egypt to go find the hidden treasure that his grandfather was trying to find. That's when Cartoon Town really didn't have any villains going on. There was nothing really going on. So the Fedora was like, you know what? I'm going on a vacation. It looks like everybody's okay. And unlike the people of Townsville, Cartoon Town can really handle themselves now that the Fedora went away for a bit. There's even like there's like a few panels where he goes to a bunch of his friends and he's like, hey, could you guys take care of Cartoon Town for me while I'm away? And they're like, you don't really hear words, but they give a little nod, like this, as if to say, sure, Fedora, we can do this. Now, Renee started out, they were going to call her Reese. But Dirk and Davis were kind of like on that. They were like, Reese though? Reese. And then Dirk said, how about Renee? I mean, I was thinking, let's make her French and make her a treasure hunter. They were like, how about we just make her a treasure hunter? Be like a good version of Fujiko. Like, yeah, she cares about the treasure, but she cares about the partner that she has with her. See, Renee is kind of set up as like a good Fujiko. She does care about treasure, but it's more of the thrill of it. She doesn't really care about spending it or using it. It's more about the thrill, and she's more like an Indiana Jones type. There was the Arc of Shadows, which the Fedora and her fought against one of the other void like cultists. Yeah, they kind of continued for a bit before the Darkness of the Bleeding Moon. Now the proto version of Darkness of the Bleeding Moon we'll talk about in another video. But Renee, people liked Renee so much, Dirk and Davis kept getting actual letters, because even in their universe they used to get letters. Everybody emails here, but over there they still get letters. So a lot of the fans really wanted Renee and the Fedora to get together, and they started seeding hints in every issue where she appeared. Also, there was a second part of the treasure hunting globe-trotting adventure. There was a second Arc of Shadows. and they share like a tender moment together. They meet at but they did meet at a bazaar, and that's how they became like partners in the first place. But there was always something there. They did AMAs and even a few Comic Con appearances where people in suit, people in like fedora and Bubsy costumes, were actually talking about Renee. And this dude totally acting in character with the fedora. It's like, oh, Renee's a very nice person, and we've been traveling around for a while, and back in Cartoon Town. And then, like in the AMA, Renee even let slip that she's really in love with the fedora and how she feels about him. So the feelings were mutual. Also, there was a little blurb after the panel that they did, after the panel that Bubsy and the fedora did, where they literally just talk about it, and the cameras were still rolling, so this was all planned. And he just admits they love Renee, and the crowd goes fucking wild. There wasn't really a talk of marriage until way later. But unlike Marvel, who never let Spider-Man do anything that doesn't jive with their prime directive, Dirk and Davis, when they have Chaos Portal, they said, you know what, we want to do this. We want to do this. We want to do this for the fans who really, 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 honest to God, want. We want to do this for the fans who really, really wanted this. And we wanted this too. I actually kind of loved the musical thing with the fedora and Renee because they built this up pretty well, I would say. Renee and him having this musical comic. Not a lot of people understood it, but the people who did, they were like, oh my god, we're clamoring for more. See, the musical comic had a CD in it. And so people would listen to it and follow along with the story. Every other motherfucker got confused. They were like, what the? Why are they singing? I don't get it, But yeah, it was pretty cool. Renee meets Bubsy's girlfriend somewhere around. We're going to get to Bubsy soon. We're going to talk more about that. But they actually start to have a little bit more of a friendship. And nowadays, Renee still does her treasure hunting thing. Dirk and Davis have actually thought about giving her a solo series away from the fedora for a bit. Just a little mini series. Because let's be real, they're the main couple of Chaos Portal. Also Bugsy Prime is in there, but a different Bugsy Prime. But I'll get to that later in my involvement with Chaos Portal, but we'll get to all that soon. Renee is a very proud and not cowardly French woman, because honestly Dirk was never gonna go like, oh, we're making her cowardly. Nah, we gotta make her cool. We gotta make her a treasure hunter. And we gotta make her the opposite of Fujiko. And then, boom, there was Renee. And you're probably wondering, how do I know about this? Oh, because even in the alternate universe, me and Dirk and Davis always talk, So we usually just chill. We usually shoot the shit. And they told me about Renee. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And, Dirk actually is fluent in French, so this was pretty easy. Just throwing English words with French words. That's what he used to really do. He loves that shit. Tell that man to sing any song in French, he'll do it. He'll do it. Like, I've seen him. Like, once I was sitting there, he's like, all I heard was him singing, what was it? He was singing His World in French. And I was like, my God. So, And is Renee a sexually driven character? Well, confidentially, in their universe, they were able to get Renee on the Playboy magazine. They were able to get Renee on a Playboy magazine. But they did kind of have to draw her a little bit more sexily, you know what I'm saying? But she does marry the fedora, and everybody in Chaos Portal is there. And it's amazing. I actually still even have a few things in there. Like, there are issues that I perused from from the different comic book stores. So let me go grab one. There's the one where they're on the treasure hunt, and there's the eventual wedding one, which was a variant cover, and old Bugsy No Name had to pay a lot for it. Yeah, you're probably wondering, well, Bugsy, why didn't you ask Dirk and Davis for help for that? Because I didn't want to ask them. How's it gonna look when I ask my best friends, hey, you guys still have that, you still have, like, one of those extra comics I can borrow so I can show it on my little, video? I didn't want to look weird, asking them. But here you go. And it does have a little Marvel print, but that's more of a clerical error. Because, while they were printing these books, Marvel, someone goofed and put the Marvel thing on it. But it was a pretty big event, and that's when Chaos Portal TV started. So they made a comic book version of it, but there also was an animated version for Chaos Portal TV. But we'll get into that soon. There's a lot of things about Chaos Portal we gotta get into, and the Fedora but we'll get into the Fedora's first video game too. It is fucking cool. I can't show any gameplay of it, but take my word for it. This was like, they made this for the PlayStation 3 and 4. I was like, I don't know. It was freaking awesome. I was like, it's like if The Mask had a game, but it was like a little bit of Arkham Asylum in there, and you'd think it wouldn't work, but it does. But we'll get into that a little bit later. The Fedora and Renee are like the power couple of the Chaos Portal universe. Only second, and then coming in a close second is Kim Possible and Bugsy Prime with Shigo too. Oh yeah, Shigo and Kim and Bugsy Prime. Y'all probably saw this from Cartoon Town Bugsy, but they all a thing. But we're gonna get into that. Let's just say the boys capitalized on Bugsy Prime as a character, and I kind of had to be like, you know what? Let's make him separate from the Bugsy Prime that appears in the videos. But he does make an appearance in one of the arcs at the end, in a hood. And I remember when I will say that some comic book fans were like, "What the fuck is this? Oh my sweet lord! Oh sweet baby Jones!" Not Sweet Baby Ink, Sweet Baby Jones. Okay, remember, folks. I talk about them old references. Not no new references. I ain't talking about Sweet Baby Ink. Y'all motherfuckers need to understand something about me. I talk about that old shit. That old shit before y'all started to become anti-woke and shit, Before all that dumb shit happened. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say to you all is this. Renee and Fedora, sorry when I'm a little tangent. Renee and Fedora are a power couple, and their opposites will be here a little soon because we're gonna talk about the Bubsy comics. Oh yeah, Chaos Portal published a bunch of Bubsy comics, a game, and a movie. And in this universe, Bubsy doesn't fucking, like, Bubsy is the butt of everybody's jokes. He's actually a respectable series in the Mirai universe. Like, dude, there's so much Bubsy memorabilia. It beat out Garfield. Literally, in the Mirai universe, they're doing a death battle between Bubsy and Garfield. And you're probably wondering, so death battle exists in this universe too? Yes, because Chaos Portal actually acquired Death Battle after WB was like, you know what, fuck Ruby, fuck everything Rooster Teeth. You know, they snatched it up, and yeah, there's gonna be a death battle between both Bubsy and Garfield, and Heathcliff is gonna show up in that shit. Like, it's gonna be Garfield, Bubsy, and Heathcliff, man. It's gonna be like, we're gonna see Heathcliff, no one should terrorize your neighborhood and shit like that. It's fucking weird. But yeah. But we're gonna get into the other stuff a little bit later. But I wanted to talk about Renee and how cool she is, and really, she's gonna have like an origin thing. So I didn't want to talk about her origins too much because Derek and Davis were like, you know, they said Bugsy, old friend, can you wait because you know about her origins technically. But we want to do a comic all about it. So could you? And I said, oh, sure. Don't. I was like, sure. Don't worry about that, dudes. Do the origin, and we'll get to it. But we'll do a. But yeah, I have an idea for how we can show that off a little bit more. But that's for another video for another day. I'm Bugsy. I am Bugsy motherfucking no name, and you have been shown the Mirai universe. And I know there's a lot of cool stuff I didn't even talk about that we will talk about. A lot of cool stuff we will be talking about in the future. Trust me, the Mirai universe has stuff we wish we had over here. Because in the Mirai universe, every fan of entertainment is more unified over there. They're not bitching about anti-woke shit or woke shit. It's like a entertainment utopia. It's like oh my god, guys. Like, you wish you were there. I wish I was there. I wish I had a summer home over there. Like, I wish I could go to that other universe right now, have a summer home, and freaking be there. And just stay there for, like, days. Just chilling. They got the Dreamcast 2 over there also. My God, man. And something called Second Life, which is like Second Life mixed with PlayStation Home and Sega. And I was like, oh my God, we don't got time to talk about that all. Oh, man. Making me want to go to that universe right the fuck now, guys. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Because this universe we all live in is our universe. And I wish I could go. I can only go like every once in a while. And my monthly times of going there is kind of up right now. So, you know. We'll get back to this later, okay? Sorry this didn't really have an intro opening. I wanted to do this on the spot. So, but next time, we'll get into Bubsy-like shenanigans because what can possibly go wrong?